Yeah, I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers. I don't know what you're doing. I want you to get your mouse. I want you to check me out. And I want you to check me out. Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship. Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go. To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you. Welcome to yet another episode of The Relationship Rehab. I am your host, Brian Redmond, and I'm feeling so much better, and I'm doing so much better. I'm so glad to be here with y'all on tonight. I done kicked off my shoes. I got my feet out like I usually do anyway. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm excited to be here. Let me get this chat up here. What up, my man, Big Mo? What up, Mud? That's my guy. Hey, man, I saw you hitting the gym again, baby. I see you, boy. Hey, look. My man Mo in high school, boy, he was probably the swollest nigga in high school. I can't think of a nigga that was bigger than Mo in high school. I can't think of nobody. But I'm talking like, yeah, nobody bigger than this nigga Mo, man. No. Yeah, Mo was the most cut up nigga in the school, nigga. But nicest guy ever. Mo was cooler than a motherfucking fan, boy. Captain of the football team, all that. My boy. But yeah, man, shout out to my man. And he one of what is it? I want to get the town right. One of Clive's finest out there in Iowa, doing his thing. Shout out to you, brother. Nothing but love for you. But I want to show y'all something, man, before I get started. I don't think I got any rehab questions, relationship questions. I'll double check. I don't think I do. But I want to show y'all this, man. Just to give you when I first saw this, I mean, I was like, damn, But then I had a second thought. You know how you sometimes you have those afterthoughts and you go a little deeper into what it is you actually seeing. And I said to myself, I said, man, it's gotta be a really, really bad time in America when you see niggas that are what you would call, I guess, just the lowest form of entrepreneurship. I'm trying to be nice, but just talking about the lowest form of entrepreneurship that you can have when those people are getting in trouble, and I mean are getting like physically hurt. There's a problem. There's a problem in America. There's a problem in society. I know some of y'all ain't gonna believe this shit, but this gotta be talked about.
And it ended with revenge. Brand new tonight, 2 young men are getting treatment after being shot in the head and neck at this police scene. The accused shooter is in jail.
Now, 2 people getting shot in the head, that's not nothing abnormal. That's not like crazy. That's not that, right? You just say, hey, man, people get shot all the time. Shit, somebody gets shot right now. We don't even know it yet. But I want you to hear why these people got shot. And that's when you're going to say, well, damn.
Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and on WJC TV. I'm Vic Carter.
And I'm Rick Ritter. Now, tonight, a Baltimore City man accused of shooting Squeegee workers who he believed stole more than $2,000 from his mom. This, of course, comes at a time when the city has seen so many incidents of violence surrounding Squeegee workers.
What? I ain't all the way back yet, but I hit it again. What? That motherfucker said squeegee workers, not a squeegee worker. So that's mean there's a unit of these motherfuckers working a corner somewhere. And these motherfuckers done fucked up to the point to where $2,000 is involved and 2 of these niggas done got shot. Yes, that's what he said.
See on the streets, his mom. This, of course, comes at a time shooting Squeegee workers who he believed stole more than $2,000 from his mom. This, of course, comes at a time when the city has seen so many incidents of violence surrounding Squeegee workers you see on the streets.
WJC is live. Annie Rose Ramos combed through new documents tonight. She's breaking down the bizarre and disturbing details of this case for you. Annie Rose.
Vic, police say Zamil Dixon picked up 3 squeegee workers back in May, saying he had a paid job moving things at his house. But at his house, he asked which of the 3 workers took money from his mother and then began shooting at them. 26-year-old Zamil Dixon.
Now, who that look like? Y'all tell me who this one I really fell out. Y'all tell me, who does that look like? I'll give you a hint. He's a YouTuber, and he frequents Soto Nation from time to time. Y'all tell me who this person look like. Just right off the bat, quick glance. Who does this person look like? Because I'm going to tell you, I had to double take when I saw it. Yes! All them remains got it. He looked like Tony D. Too Wild. He look when I first saw this, I said, God damn, boy, that nigga look just like Tony D. Too Wild. I said, I know this nigga. I saw this as the thumbnail. I said, I know this nigga Tony ain't shooting no niggas like this. I'm like, Tony D. Too Wild is shooting motherfucking squeegee workers. I said, man, let me go see this. Not my boy. I said, now my boy Tony D. Too Wild. I know he ain't went off like this. Oh my goodness, boy. Boy, when I saw this picture, boy, I thought that was Tony. I swear I did. It was like, cause I was on my phone and I'm just like scrolling through stuff, you know, checking stuff out, checking little videos, little shorts and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, boy, that nigga look just like Tony D. Too Wild. So shout out to Tony D. Too Wild. But this is not Tony D. Too Wild, just to let y'all know. This is just Another nigga who done had enough of some street niggas.
Facing freshly filed charges of 2 counts of attempted first and second-degree murder for shooting squeegee workers in the head and neck. This all goes back to May 18th when a police report says Sandra Dixon, the suspect's mother, was coming back from work when squeegee workers approached her car pleading for money. She didn't have cash, so she gave them her phone to access Cash App. After driving away, she noticed a total of $2,200 was transferred out of her bank accounts. New charging documents show Dixon's brother is in jail. When investigators reviewed jail calls, they determined the 2 brothers were very upset about an incident that happened with their mother. They believe squeegee workers had stolen money from her, and they wanted to do something about it. According to charging documents, Dixon picked 3 squeegee workers up the very next day.
I didn't know the squeegee industry was this big. Y'all see how many niggas was out there on that corner? On that intersection, there's about 6 niggas out there squeegeeing. That's what these niggas out here doing. Squeegeeing is now a booming business. Thank you, Joe Biden.
19th. He offered them paid work at his house off Edmondson Avenue. Once there, he asked which of them took money from his mother and began shooting. One got away, but 2 others, a 17 and 23-year-old, were shot. One of the victims told police he had no idea what Dixon was talking about.
And I'm going to say this too. Hold on for a second, Tony. I'm going to say this too. Squeegeeing used to be, it used to be dominated by the older gentlemen. The older homeless used to dominate the squeegeeing market. But you just heard how old she said them niggas was. Them niggas 17, 22, 23 years old. These is young niggas. They out squeegeed the old homeless people. Just think about it. Normally, on a regular basis, when you would pull up, and I'm telling you right now, in the city of Chicago, you be downtown, whether it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, or if it's motherfucking 10:30 at night. It's a nigga out there available to squeegee your car windows. And usually, they can do it before the light change. So usually a light change is maybe 90 seconds or something like that. I don't know. But them niggas would usually be able to squeegee at least 6 of your, 4 of your windows easy. Or just the windshield within a light change. Just saying. So it's like you had an old man that used to do that shit. Old homeless dude. Or whether he's a veteran, a crazy person, a nigga down on his luck, whatever the case may be, that was a job for them people. Now you got these young niggas out here hustling in the squeegee game. That's terrible, man. Because now you got to ask yourself, well, what are the old folks doing? What are the old homeless guys doing? They can't out squeegee these young niggas. They just can't do it. So it's like they now at a disadvantage. And now they losing out on their monies and they livelihoods and all that kind of stuff is in jeopardy because these young niggas is out here out squeegeeing these motherfuckers. But let's listen.
And this was the first time they'd seen him. Now, Rick, police say they caught Dixon through surveillance video that caught his license plate number on the car at the shooting, and they traced it to him. They arrested him 2 weeks ago.
This nigga UFO kamikaze said, "Earth, windshield, and fire." And then this nigga Mo said, he said, "I thought my man looked like Busy Bone. Squeegee, are you with me? Dear Mr. Squeegee, could you please tell me my future? Will I die of murder? Dear Mr. Squeegee, could you please tell me my future?" Bloody murder mo, bloody murder mo, bloody murder mo. Squeegee, are you with me? I'm here, are you with me? Homeless thugs in harmony, nigga. What? Nigga, this St. Clair.
Reporting live, I'm Annie Rose Ramos for WC.
Y'all terrible, man. But I just couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. I'm running to you one more time with no interruption.
Started with an alleged robbery and it ended with revenge. Brand new tonight, 2 young men are getting treatment after being shot in the head and neck at this police scene. The accused shooter is in jail. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and on
Crazy.
WJC-TV. I'm Vic Carter.
And I'm Rick Ritter. Now tonight, a Baltimore City man accused of shooting squeegee workers who he believed stole more than $2,000 from his mom. This, of course, comes at a time when the city has seen so many incidents of violence surrounding squeegee workers you see on the streets.
WJC is live. Annie Rose Ramos combed through new documents tonight. She's breaking down the bizarre and disturbing details of this case for you. Annie Rose.
Vic police say Zamil Dixon picked up 3 squeegee workers back in May, saying he had a paid job moving things at his house. But at his house, he asked which of the 3 workers took money from his mother and then began shooting at them. 26-year-old Zamil Dixon facing freshly filed charges of 2 counts of attempted first and second-degree murder for shooting squeegee workers in the head and neck. This all goes back to May 18th when a police report says Sandra Dixon, the suspect's mother, was coming back from work when squeegee workers approached her car pleading for money. She didn't have cash, so she gave them her phone to access Cash App. After driving away, she noticed a total of $2,200 was transferred out of her bank accounts. New charging documents show Dixon's brother is in jail. When investigators reviewed jail calls, they determined the 2 brothers were very upset about an incident that happened with their mother. They believe squeegee workers had stolen money from her, and they wanted to do something about it. According to charging documents, Dixon picked 3 squeegee workers up the very next day, May 19th. He offered them paid work at his house off Edmondson Avenue. Once there, he asked which of them took money from his mother and began shooting. One got away, but 2 others, a 17 and 23-year-old, were shot. One of the victims told police he had no idea what Dixon was talking about, and this was the first time they'd seen him.
Hey.
Now, Rick, police say they caught Dixon through surveillance video that caught his license plate number on the car at the shooting, and they traced it back to him. They arrested him 2 weeks ago. Reporting live, I'm Annie Rose Ramos for WJZ.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this, though. This is number one. The lesson to be learned from this is women, especially older women, mamas and all that, stop rolling down your windows and trying to help somebody. Let them people help themselves, okay? It's too many resources out here for somebody that's out on the street homeless, somebody that's out on the street panhandling. It's too many resources out here for those people. Stop helping them because you put yourself at risk when you do. Number 2, thank you, CJ Gunn. You don't never hand nobody your phone. I don't give a good goddamn, even when somebody might be talking about my phone died. Can I use your phone to call my auntie or call my grandma? No. At best, and that's if I'm feeling good, I will dial the number for you, but I ain't handing a motherfucker my phone to call nobody. I don't care. No, I never know. No. Stop doing that. The other thing is, too, and this is to the shooter. First of all, you did a great job at wrangling up 3 motherfucking squeegee men. Good shit. But what you should have did was you should have went through there either with your mama or you should have went through there and did the same shit she did and said, hey, I ain't got no money, man, but I'll let somebody, cash app. I'll cash up one of y'all niggas. One of y'all niggas got a cash app. I'll let y'all share it or something. I'll hit all y'all up. And that's what he should have did. Like, man, I'm going to bless. He should have went out there and be like, I'm going to bless all y'all on the cash app. Which one of y'all got cash apps? Because then he could have cashed apped everybody. And then he could have went and looked at knowing the cash app on his mama's phone because they had to put in a cash app for it to go to somebody. Then he could have probably caught the nigga. He could have went out there and just said, man, look, I'm going to bless y'all with $5 each, man. Everybody out here who got a cash app, I'm going to hit y'all niggas. And them niggas would have been like, cool, let me give you my cash app. Then he could have traced it to the one that his mama got it from. His mama sent the money to. And then he could have actually got the person. But I will say this. I like the way this nigga made them niggas pay. Because it's too many times that people go out here and take advantage of people just because they can. And sometimes you got to go and do some real fucked up shit for people to really understand what the hell they doing. Because I promise you this, it ain't too many more motherfuckers out there trying to do the shit that he did, hitting his mama up, somebody's mama for $2 grand, when she probably told him to give you $2. That motherfucker didn't say $2. Or she probably told them $20, and them niggas was like, shit, fuck it, I'm gonna add these zeros. That's just what it was. And them niggas took advantage of her. That wasn't no miscommunication or nothing like that. Because the only reason why that nigga didn't do more than $2,000 and didn't do 20 was because he probably thought she just didn't have it. And I don't think Cash App will let you do over a few grand, I don't think. But that's what it is. I get it. Somebody hit my mama up for $2,000. I'm gonna get on my mama ass first of all. But yeah, I'm gonna come fuck with these niggas. I'm fucking with them niggas. I'm gonna come see y'all, one way or the other. So I don't know about shooting a nigga in the head or shooting a nigga in the neck. Maybe whoop somebody's ass. You know, maybe maybe shatter a kneecap or something with a bat. You know, it's a lot of different things you can do. I'm just saying. But that's just me and my criminal mind. Y'all thank God that I ain't no criminal, because a lot of motherfuckers becoming a real show. But I will say this: it's fucked up that they did that, but hey, that's what happens when you do that kind of shit. That shit will come back to your ass sooner or later. The streets is unforgiving, goddammit. Unforgiving. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Now, I know y'all used to me usually having some fancy crystal glass to drink out of, but I'm in a housing transition right now, so all of the crystal is gone. So we red cupping this shit on tonight. Yeah, for the rest of the week we'll be red cupping. But it is what it is. It's fine. I actually realized I get more drink this way, so hey, it's actually working out for me. But I will say this, man. I get it. I understand why he did what he did. Did he go too far? Yeah, he probably did. But that's what happens, man. That's what happens. When you fuck with people, mama, fuck with people's livelihood, fuck with people, there's no telling what that money was for. And the fact that that money is gone, it got to get made up some way. That could have been rent. That could have been grocery, car note, insurance. Could have been for a lot of different things. But hey, it is what it is. Amanda said, at least you have internet. Yeah, I got it for right now. We're going to see how this shit work out over the weekend. I hope that the internet out there is sufficient, but we going to see. Yeah, well, I'll be doing some test streams probably at some point or another before the weekend is out, but we'll see. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and get into the show, and I'm going to talk about this here shooting that occurred. And it's odd. It's so odd to me to just see how the media will take something like this and will just make it, you know, we're not necessarily blowing it out of proportion, but I think they go too far with stories like this, because when it's the other way around, you will hear nothing. Crickets. I mean, crickets. Anytime that somebody is doing the right thing, police officer or civilian, and there's gun violence involved, you usually never hear about it on the major media outlets, and you don't hear about it consistently. You might get a blurb here, you might get a 2-minute segment on the news in passing before we go to commercial. You'll get it there, or wrapping up the end of the night, but you never really hear the other side. And I really it really sickens me at the fact that the media, that's their agenda. That's their intention, is to do that. Because they want to make it seem like police are out here killing niggas all the time, every day, all day. They want to make it seem like the police are doing the wrong thing every time, all the time. And the fact that that's not the case, and it's not even close to being the case, it's not even a debatable saying, oh man, the police is dangerous out here. But they blow it out of proportion with the media, which basically makes it just a bunch of propaganda that they're putting out. and they will take the smallest thing and make it the biggest thing when that biggest thing is staring them right there in the face, and they just won't even acknowledge it. There's a story that I'm gonna do about a guy who he was actually on Coleon Noir show, where he was actually um, a victim of a mass shooting, and he was at a friend's house, and there was a shooting that took place where a neighbor, literally just came over to the party, kind of like uninvited, and just decided he was gonna start killing everybody. And it's like, to hear his story was really, really, really inspiring. But it's just like one of those things where it gives you a reality check of just saying, damn, you never know when, you never know where. And the best thing that you can do is just to be prepared for the when or the where, and hope that you can do your best. But I'm gonna definitely do that story too. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's watch this. Is that my story, or is that? Yeah, here we go. Yo, there we go. Shoot, dang it! I hate when I do that. Stop it. There we go. All right.
A former San Antonio police officer was charged with a first-degree felony for shooting an unarmed 17-year-old sitting in a McDonald's parking lot. On October 2nd, police were called to the fast food restaurant for an alleged disturbance. While there, former officer James Brennan told investigators that he recognized a car in the parking lot that allegedly evaded him the day before when he attempted a stop. Without identifying himself as an officer, Brennan is seen on body camera video opening the car door and demanding the driver step outside.
Get out of the car.
The surprised teenager, identified as 17-year-old Erik Cantu, reversed the car, and Brennan began to fire.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Brennan shot 10 rounds at the car, hitting the teen driver 4 times.
Nothing that officer did that night were in accordance with our training or our policies.
The rookie cop was fired for it.
Now, he got fired, right? But here's what I want to do. I want to show you the actual footage in time, and just want you to see what happened. I want you to see the actual body cam footage. I want to show you that now. I just wanted to give you the brief synopsis part of the story. But I want you to watch this. I want you to see what happens, and then I want to get your opinions on it. Officer walks up.
3161. Hey, can you start me one more? I got a vehicle over here that fled from me the other day. He's in the parking lot.
Yeah, 4. Get somebody else over there. 3230, go into the way over there with 3161. It's gonna be off of 11 to the 100, blank over to the McDonald's. And 3161, you want him running code?
Okay.
10-4. License plate.
Ran the plate.
Get out of the car. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired on 3161, 11 to 100, Blanco Road, code 320, almost. 3160, go ahead to the way, 3101 on the over there, 3231 on the over there, so it's going to go 3.
All right. So that's the actual body cam footage. That's the shooting in itself. So I would say this. Let me ask you guys first. Was that justified or no? What do you guys give me a 1 if you think it was justified? Give me a 2 if you think it was not justified. Based on what you just saw in the totality of those circumstances, do you think that was justified? 1. Do you think it was not justified? 2. While that's running, we'll run a commercial. How about that? Click that like button. Okay, I got a bunch of 2s and I got a 1, 1. And then, of course, Chunks put in a 6. Okay, Pettaway put in a 1. Coach Ken put in a 1. Okay, officer safety. So I get that part. She said 1, a half. Yep. All right. So here's the thing. All that remains says a 1. Here's the thing. It was not justified. The officer fucked up. He did. He got this wrong. Number 1, and a lot of people have been saying this. Well, let me call out the things that the officer did wrong. Number 1, if this guy ran away from you, he fled the other day or whatever it was, then you got a license plate, so you got him. You essentially got him if he fled. Number 2, the thing is, if you're going to go after this person, you either sit back and you wait for backup, and then you box his ass in, or you at the very least pull your vehicle up behind his and throw your lights on. Because if he ran from you before, he gonna run again. Number 3, this is my own personal thing that y'all heard me say plenty of times. This is another reason why a police officer who is still on probation, he's still doing his 6 months. This is why that police officer or those police officers should never be on the road without their FTO. If you have a police officer that has not reached their 6 months, they are still on probation, even though they've gone through the FTO process, which is usually about 3 months, he should still have to ride with an officer just for experience purposes. This is exactly why I say it too, that new police officers should have to ride. You can go through the FTO because there's an FTO process. And basically what that FTO process is, and for those of you who don't know, FTO is field training officer, where you actually go with an officer every day on your shift and you work with these different officers, or you'll get one assigned to you and go with different ones too. But this is why an FTO is so important, number 1. And this is why, in my opinion, an FTO should be with an officer for at least a year. You go through the part to make sure that they can do the job, because that's usually like a 3-month time period. And then after that, that new employee, that new officer, that rookie should still go along with an FTO, or at least with an officer that's been on the force for at least 5 years. He should have to still ride with that person for a full year so that he can get as much experience and exposure as possible as to what to do in situations like this. Because what he did was he was thinking, bad guy, ran away from me, I got him. And he didn't have him because he didn't plan properly for him. He should have hit the lights on him, made him a traffic stop. And me, I would have been thinking, he gonna run again. So let me get behind him. Let me hit the lights and get ready for this chase. I ain't gonna even get out the car. I'm gonna have his ass turn his car off, put his keys out the window, through the walkie. I'm gonna go through my PA system, and I'm believing he gonna run. So as soon as he run, I'm gonna already be in my car, and I'm gonna follow his ass. That's just it. Chase is on. I called in. I got backup on the way. I get it. Or you wait and box his ass in. The other thing too is that people are saying from watching this, the police officer didn't identify himself. He don't have to identify himself. You know why? Because he's in a fucking car and he's in full fucking dress uniform. I don't have to be, if I'm dressed as a fireman, I don't have to come knock on your door and say, hey, it's a fireman. I don't have to do that. He don't have to identify himself as a police if he's in a full fucking uniform. He is in a marked car. That means he's riding full uniform. You ain't gonna see no police officer riding around in jeans and a t-shirt, sitting in a fucking cruiser. It don't happen. So everybody that's been putting that shit out, they've been saying it all over the internet. They done said it on a couple of shows. He never identified himself. Bitch, I don't have to identify myself when I'm in full dress uniform walkie and all. Everything is clanking around. God damn it. If you don't know I'm a police officer, your motherfucking ass don't need to be out amongst the people. Plain and simple. So miss me with that shit. I do not have to identify myself as a police officer when I'm looking your punk ass dead in the face in full uniform. So we can stop with that shit. Now, the other part to that is, and that this is one of my own things that I will say this, and it needs to be mandatory jail time. Your ass should have to do, what is it? 364 days. Excuse me. You should have to do 364 days minimum anytime you run from the police. Anytime you run from the police. Your ass police, you in a vehicle and you take the fuck off, you should have a mandatory 364. That means you got to be in jail. You ain't got to go to prison, but you got to stay in jail for almost 1 year. Usually, anytime you go a day over 365 or 364, then they got to send your ass to the penitentiary. No, you should have to just be in jail for a fucking year. Mandatory. Your ass get pulled over and you decide to drive off. Police officer walk up, you decide to drive off. All that shit, do it, and this is what's going to happen. You already getting a 1 year mandatory, motherfucker. 364 days, sit your ass down. Time out. Because here's why. And what a lot of people don't fucking understand is this. When you are in a high-speed chase, when you fleeing the police, it ain't just the police that is, or they could be potentially causing an accident. Nope. The asshole that's driving away, that's running from the police, is the motherfucker that will hit a kid, hit an old lady, hit another car, run into a house, run into a storefront, run into a restaurant. That shit happens all the fucking time. There are people that flee accidents and do the same thing. Get into a fender bender, I ain't got no license, or I got a warrant, drive the fuck off fast as hell, fuck up, and hit some shit. Test some more shit up. Plain and simple. So don't try to make it seem like the officer is the one that's all at fault because a person fleed. No, motherfucker. You need to stay your ass there, and that's why you don't need to drive off. Sade said, why did he try to drive off? Because he just did the shit the other day. He was feeling good. He drove off and fled the other day with that same officer. That's how the officer recognized him. He knew who that motherfucker was. And I'm telling you like this. Police officers, for the most part, you know. You know when a motherfucker get away from your ass. That's all it was. But the thing is, he did it because he wanted to pull it again. Because he had already done it. Y'all gotta forgive me, mama. I'm at like 90, 95% now. I'm almost back, but I ain't all the way there. But that's why he did it. He got away once. He gonna get away again. And when you look at the charges for it, what do you get for that? He was feeling cocky. He instantly made the decision to drive off. As soon as the police officer opened the door, he instantly was like, nope, catch me, bitch. I'm out with a burger in my hand. Now, let's get to the other part, the meat and potatoes. People will say this. Officer safety is why he shot at the guy, because he was in a vehicle, which could be considered a deadly weapon, and he was driving off. Here's the thing. That deadly weapon or somebody driving off with you, yeah, I meant to fix me some tea, Beverly. I wasn't even thinking. I should have fixed some damn tea. I really should have, but I just wasn't thinking because the tea would definitely help. Oh, wait, do you know I got a cough drop over here somewhere, don't I? Oh, yeah. There we go. That'll help. Yeah, I should have fixed some tea. You're right, Beverly. But when an officer fires on a vehicle, it has to be where that vehicle is in a position to cause death or grave bodily harm. If I'm in front of a car and I'm telling the person to stop, I'm telling the person not to go, not to run, freeze you under. I don't know who this person is. So I understand that you done donated, but $5, I get it, I appreciate it, but you got my boy face up there, so we ain't gonna do that. I don't know who you are. So bing bong. Um yeah, I ain't doing that. But the other thing is that in that instance where you're gonna fire on a vehicle, that person has to be coming at you or at another officer or at someone else. What up, Bolo? You got to be coming at somebody and could potentially harm them in order for you to treat that vehicle as a deadly weapon and for you to shoot at it. This was not the case because this guy opened up the door. The officer was free and clear and could have gotten out of the way, but he didn't. He wanted to get his ass. I get it. But he was driving off away from him. He wasn't driving at him. So the whole thing about the vehicle coming at the officer for officer safety, that's why he fired. That is, it's true, but it doesn't apply here because he was driving away. So therefore, you have that part of a reason to shoot or justification to shoot. Nope. Nope. So the other part now is shooting. Why did he shoot? I'm not really clear as to what would motivate that, aside from the fact that he wanted to get him. But the officer was so untrained, it's like he didn't think past it. And that's one of the things that you learn when you're out in the field and you're getting experience and just FTOing. You have, being with an FTO, you have to think past what's going on. It's like they tell a football, like how they tell quarterbacks, see the play first. See the play, see what you're going to do, know what you're going to do, and then do it. And that's what this is. So it's like, I pull this guy over. I stop this guy. I'm going to go open up his door. I'm going to pull him out the car. If he drives off, am I going to shoot him? No. I ain't going to shoot nobody for driving off. If he tries to get out and run, will I shoot him? No. But he didn't play the, and I'm going to tell you why he made this mistake. It's the adrenaline. He see the guy, oh shit, that's the guy, that's my guy. He ran from me. I got his ass. Adrenaline starts pumping. He's getting all worked up like JoJo, the Indian circus boy. And then he gets ready to go, but he doesn't have a plan and a what if going. And that's that tactical mindset, that tactical analysis that you have to think about to say, well, what if I do this and then this doesn't work? It's just like how I tell people all the time why I'll never fuck around with a taser. Because there's always an instant, what am I going to do after this taser? Because that taser going to be like it's damn near 50-50. But it's like when you go through that playbook in that play in your mind, you have to already know what you're going to do. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him. And then the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make him. Now, I'm going to first do this move. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to do this move. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to do this move. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to disengage and reassess. That's tactical mindset. That's thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. So when you run the play and the shit go wrong, you already know what you're going to do. Aaron Johnson said he was pissed the car got away last time. He wanted revenge. I don't know if he wanted revenge. I believe he wanted to do his job and catch his bad guy. That's what I definitely believe. I believe he wanted to catch his bad guy, which is understandable because that's what his job is. That's all it is. So it's like when you think about what somebody's doing and you think about the things that are happening, this is all in the moment and this is a matter of seconds. Pulling out your gun and shooting this person, I don't give a fuck if he was a kid or if he was a 78-year-old man, for driving off, that's not the thing to do. But you have to have your mind already made up. You got to think through that part first. Because he was so hell-bent on catching the guy and he thought he had the guy, he didn't think about him running again and what he would do if he ran again. Because I would tell you this, no way would that officer have played that out in their mind again and said that that's what they're gonna do. No way. No way. And right now, this kid is now shot. He's fighting for his life, and I don't believe he's gonna make it. And if he does, he's gonna have some severe damage because he's on a ventilator. He's gonna have some severe damage, and he's gonna have a long way back to recovery. But the officer has now since been fired, which I think that they fired him because number one, he was still within probation, and number two, optics wise, this looks like the thing to do. Number two, he's been fired. He's probably gonna he got arrested, and he's gonna be charged, and he's probably gonna wind up doing some jail time. Now, do I think he needs to do life in prison or some shit like that? Nope. But I think he should, if this kid dies, I think he should go to jail like any other criminal that would get charged for manslaughter or something like that. Yes. This ain't, in my opinion, this ain't first degree by no stretch of the imagination. No stretch of the imagination. So I would say that would be it. Aaron said, I don't believe he wanted to be Walker, Texas Ranger, excuse me, and bring him in alone, trying to be, and bring him in alone and trying to be king shit. No, I just think, I don't believe that he was trying to do that. I just think he was so amped up and so ready to go, which happens when you're on a call. When you're in that situation, the adrenaline gets pumping, and he wants to get his bad guy. That's it. I don't think his intention was to kill him. I don't think his intention was to shoot him. Well, he didn't kill him, but he shot. I didn't think his intention was to shoot him. But I do think that he wanted to get him. He just didn't think it through, and he overreacted. That's just what it was. He absolutely overreacted. He went too far. He was having too much fun, Charlie Murphy. So it's like, when you're thinking about what's going on in that moment, you don't have a plan, you're going to do some shit that is probably not the right thing to do. And that's exactly what happened. He was overexcited and he did not react properly. And this is what happened. And like I said, I don't believe it was first degree murder, no shit like that. But yeah, I think, right. What do they call it? Manslaughter, negligent homicide, something like that. Yeah, boom. All day. What is that like? Maybe like, what is that usually about? A 5-year sentence, something like that? 5 year or 7-year sentence, something. Yeah, he should. He absolutely should. Should they throw the book at him? Nope. Nope. Because here's the other part to this, and people ain't gonna say this shit though, but I am. This little motherfucker was a criminal. This little motherfucker was running from the police, and he thought the shit was fun. He thought the shit was sweet. He thought he had it together. When you 17, you think you got the world at your feet. You think you fucking invincible, and you think it's fucking TV or a goddamn video game, and that's what the fuck he did. The fact that kid and people will try to say he was scared. Bullshit. The fact that kid saw a police officer in full uniform in his face, the first reaction he had was, let me put this bitch in reverse and get the fuck up out of here. He gonna have to catch me. That's just what it is. And here's my thing, because I don't feel sorry for the kid. I think what the officer did was wrong, but this is what happens when you fuck around and you do stupid shit. You do stupid shit.
Well, he died doing what he loved. Getting shot.
There was no reason whatsoever for him to do what he did. And these people think that they can do whatever the fuck they want with the police. This is what a summer of rioting has fostered. This is what a summer of rioting has fostered. When them motherfuckers doing all that rioting shit and they made the police not do nothing. The police don't want to can't arrest nobody, can't tase nobody, can't detain nobody. And y'all let these criminals do what the fuck they want to do. This is the mentality of most young people today. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want, and that's it. And at the end of the day, as wrong as this officer was, I get it, but who's really losing here? It's the kid. It's the kid's parents. To see to see your grandson, your nephew, your son in this situation, I don't think that you saying the officer was wrong and everybody agreeing with you, I don't think that that's worth it. I just don't. I don't think that justifies it. Say, yeah, that's true. I get it. Yeah, that's right. This show is. No. I don't see that being the thing. So, he loses the most. That's all I'm saying.
His actions, and on Tuesday was charged and turned himself in to police. The Bexar County District Attorney says James Brennan was booked on 2 warrants for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon by a public servant, a first-degree felony. Brennan's bond was set at $200,000. In the meantime, Erik Cantu's family said in a statement that he is fighting for his life. He is still unconscious and is on life support. The last 2 days have been difficult and we expect more difficulty ahead, but we remain hopeful. We'd like to correct any misrepresentations that Erik is in stable condition or he is going to be fine. That is not true. Every breath is a struggle for Erik. We ask for everyone's continued prayer for our son. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Erik's family with medical costs. This is Inside Edition Digital.
So I see Aaron put in the comment, he said, I think it was a fight or flight instinct. I love how people always give citizens, even when they're criminals, every benefit of the doubt possible, but will not afford the same benefit of the doubt to the officers. Fight or flight? What are you gonna do? It's the police. Why would I think fight or flight when the police stop me? Why would I do that? That's just, if the police come knocking at my door, I'm not thinking, yeah, I should run. If the police pull me over, I've never thought, yeah, I need to drive away. The only people that think that they can get away are criminals. There is no, I'm scared, so let me drive off. Because you still gonna get caught and you still gonna go to jail. And here's the other thing. Y'all wish that this kid would have been black so that y'all could call this cop racist. But this clearly shows that it's not a thing about race. Why would this kid feel the need to flee from the police if he's done nothing wrong? Number one, if he's done nothing wrong, why would he feel the need to flee? And then the other thing is, if he did do something wrong, wouldn't that be the mind of a criminal? There's no reason for you to run if you ain't did shit. He can't say, oh, I'm a black boy and black people get shot by the police, so that's why I ran. I didn't want to be the next George Floyd, so that's why I had ran. Can't say that. He ain't black. Erik Cantu looks white, even though his last name is Cantu, is probably Hispanic, but he looks white. His first reaction was to run because he's a fucking little shit and he's a criminal. I said it. Fuck that. He just ran the other day. This is why he thought he could run and get away again. It just didn't work out for him. He shook the dice and he crapped out. The other day, he shook the dice, pow, hit that 7. Give me my money. Yep, I'm on my way to the shooting. The other thing as far as this officer shooting, and thank you, Amanda, for reminding me about that, with this shooting is that I couldn't see it, but if there was somebody else in the car, which they're saying it was, now you done shot 2 people, 3 people, you shoot this person in the car, they drive off, run into a building, shoot somebody else, lose consciousness, veers off into traffic, kill somebody else. He shot 10 rounds. Shooting 10 rounds, he hit him with 4, But my thing is that bullet, a stray bullet, a bullet could ricochet, could hit somebody else, could have hit the passenger. Now you're in even hotter water. It's not worth it for this situation because your life is not in danger. Aaron Johnson said he blindsided him the way he opened the door. Someone opened my door that way, foot down, I'm gone. And if your ass get lit up like this and your ass on life support, so be it. There it is. They'll march for you while you are unconscious. That's stupid. If you that nervous and you don't want to be blindsided, or you think if you get blindsided you're gonna be scared, you should have your fucking door locked. You should have your door locked. If that's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking? Plain and simple. That's just it. Oh, I can open your door because, motherfucker, you've committed a crime. You're wanted already. So I got your door, nigga. Fuck that. I'm not gonna... Yes, can you let the window down, please? And you done already ran from me. No way. I'm opening your door. I'm opening your door. Fuck that. Nope. And it's tint on the windows too? Boy, stop. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
I'm not gonna knock on your door. Please, sir, can you open the door? Because here's the other part to that. You got tint on your windows. I can't see. What happens if you decide to just shoot me? You done already ran from me, so you're already a criminal. Fuck the bullshit. What if he decides to pull out his gun, or if he had a gun, and say, I'm gonna shoot the motherfucking officer? Then it's quiet time. Every time a police officer gets shot, being Officer Nice Guy, nobody says shit. People get quiet, people shut the fuck up, and people don't say nothing, or they'll give the good old-fashioned line, that's the job. That's what you signed up for. You the police, you might get killed. There you go. Jimmy Touchdown says, come on down to good old Bammy. I don't know what the fuck Bammy is, and see how the cops will treat you. Shield or not, dumbass. I don't know what the fuck shield is, you no typing motherfucker, and I don't know what the fuck Bammy is. So could you please articulate yourself a little bit better before you try to just insult me? I don't know what the hell that means. Okay, Alabama. Thank you for just typing it out the correct way so that people who read English can actually read it and understand what you're saying. I guess shield is shield or not? I don't know. But why would I need to come down to Bammy to see how I would get treated and be a dumbass for seeing how I get treated? I'm going to tell you like this. I don't care where I go. Bammy or LA or Chicago or Miami or any other Amis, you sticking up for the cops. Oh, that's what shield means? Oh my God. Boy, stop. Anyway, I'm not going to do that to find out how the cops going to treat me because I don't have no problems with the police. Have I been stopped before unjustly? Yup. Have I had my vehicle searched when it shouldn't have been? Yup. I get it. But I done also been robbed by niggas when I ain't did shit neither. How about that? I done also got jumped on by some niggas too when I ain't did shit. How about that? So how about you, Jimmy, bring your ass to the Wild Hunters of Chicago and see how niggas treat your punk ass, and then we'll see what you do, dumbass. I get so tired of niggas, boy, talking shit for no reason. You sticking up for the cops. Yeah, well, you sticking up for the thugs. So now what? Obviously, we on two different sides. If you don't like it, there's a small X in the top right corner of your screen or on your phone. Click off of it. Bam it. Dumbass niggas. Boy, I swear. Boy, ain't no way, boy, I'm dealing with these stupid ass motherfuckers. Just don't make no goddamn sense. All right. So the other thing that I want to show you is the nigga, just like you didn't announce yourself when you came in here, don't announce when you leave it. Click the fucking X and just fucking go. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you to announce that you gone, nigga. Just be gone. Don't nobody know you, Jimmy. Get the fuck out. That's all you gotta do is just quietly say click. If you can't articulate yourself and make your point without insulting a motherfucker, then just fucking go. Because obviously you're not here for a conversation. You're just here to troll. That's it. So yeah. You can go get your pussy fucked somewhere else, nigga. Don't bring it over here. How about that?
A former San Antonio police officer was charged with a first-degree felony for shooting an unarmed 17-year-old sitting in a McDonald's parking lot. On October 2nd, police were called to the fast food restaurant.
Oh shit, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry. Sitting here having to dismiss motherfucking Jimmy. I done fucking didn't click on my right goddamn video. God damn. There we go.
The family of a 17-year-old boy shot by police while sitting in his car eating a hamburger, well, they say he's currently unconscious and on life support. Earlier reports that Erik Cantu is in stable condition are false, according to the family's lawyer.
San Antonio police officer James Brennan, who was still on his probationary period, was fired after shooting Cantu while confronting him in the parking lot of a McDonald's.
Right. Masterson Agency said exactly. You don't have to agree. This is a civil adult conversation. That's it. That's all I've ever had and all I've ever done. Like, I understand that people may not agree with me. And if you don't, that's fine. Articulate yourself and then just respond. And we can have a discourse. I've even opened up my lines and we've had people come on and talk about it. I'm fine with that. But don't be on here talking shit and calling me out my name and I don't even know who you are, but yet and still you find it important as opposed to articulating yourself to call me out of my name. Why? I don't have time for people like that. I just don't. And neither does the platform. So get on. If you can't have a conversation, don't waste my time or yours.
Here's the body camera footage. We want to warn you, it is graphic.
Get out of the car. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Although Cantu was originally arrested for evading police and aggravated assault, prosecutors have announced they will not be seeing those charges through. According to recent reporting from Curbed, police chases now kill more people nationwide than tornadoes, lightning, and hurricanes combined. Yeah, that video, it never ceases to amaze me because there isn't an announcement about who the people are. It's people with guns drawn, wrenching open a door, you know.
Now, I played this, and I wanted to go over this because I want you to see just what I was talking about as far as the propaganda. And I don't know who put a battery in this woman's back, but she's literally just going to make up shit. Like she just said, there are people there with guns drawn. There weren't people there. There was one police officer. And she's trying to make it seem like nobody knew who this person was. He's a fully dressed police officer. How do you not know who this is? Fully dressed, full uniform, full dress uniform police officer. How do you not know who that is? He's sitting there eating a hamburger. His door gets open. He instantly looks up and sees who and what the fuck that is. And what is his first mind? Let me get the fuck out of here. Hit my gear shift. Yeah.
responding to someone whose both hands are visible on a McDonald's burger, and then to start shooting like that as he starts pulling away, as I think a lot of people frightened that situation.
And wildly putting.
Talking about he didn't know who that was. Boy, stop. How you don't know who that is? He knew exactly who it is. He knew exactly who it was. And that's exactly why he did what he did. He just did not expect that officer to shoot his ass, which in most instances would not happen. But it did here. And even somebody put in there saying the family gonna get paid. You right. They are. They gonna get a payday. Here's my thing though. If that was my son and I got paid, yeah, okay. I got the money, but my son is dead. If you telling me that that's worth it, hey man, go ahead in. Good job. If you telling me whatever payday they get, that my 17-year-old son, dead, is worth it. Go ahead. See, that's the thing that people don't think about that part, because it's like you can lose a loved one, and even though you sue and you get paid from it, it don't add up. It don't add up. I'm telling you that right now. I've done it myself. I've had it happen to me myself. And I'm telling you right now, it don't add the fuck up. That lawsuit is all fine and dandy, and you can buy all the shit you want to buy. You can have all the shit you want to have, but it ain't a day that don't go by. It ain't a birthday, a holiday, or whatever the fuck day it is where you don't think about that person. Fuck what you're talking about. Fuck all the bullshit. You ain't gonna never be worth it. This is somebody you love. This your loved one. Trust and believe me, nigga. That money don't add up. When you think about who that person is to you, when you think about who that person is to you in your life, what they mean to you, what they mean to your family, all that money shit, it's all good for the material shit. But I'm telling you right now, it don't never add up. 16 years later, nigga, I'm telling you right now, it don't add the fuck up. It ain't enough. The love, the leadership, the laughter, the family, the life, the fucking knowledge, all of that shit, they ain't got enough money to pay me for the loss of mine. Fuck what you talking about. So I get it. Well, motherfuckers always want to lean back on that part to say, man, they got the money. They gonna get a check though. Yup. But there's a birthday coming up. Tell me what that check do for your ass when Christmas come around. Tell me what that check do when motherfucking Thanksgiving roll around. Tell me what that check do when New Year's roll around. Tell me what that check do when motherfucking Father's Day roll around. Mother's Day roll around. Tell me what that check do for your ass then. Huh? Tell me what that check do when that anniversary come back around, when he did die, when he did get shot, when you took him off life support. Tell me what that check do for your ass then. Because for those people who weren't connected to that person, yeah, y'all understand and see the money part, but for the people that's connected to that person, that knew that person, has memories with that person, spent their life with that person, boy, ain't no money out here gonna take that away. Ain't no money out here that's gonna add up, that's gonna take that away, that's gonna make that shit better. 16 years later and I still cry. The fuck you talking about? 16 years later and I still remember each day. I still remember those mile markers. Not mile markers, but that timeline. I don't lose, if that shit don't go nowhere. So it is what it is. That check shit, trust and believe to that family, yeah, all right. But trust and believe to them ones that's connected to them, that immediate family, that mom and that daddy, them brothers and them sisters, them motherfuckers never forget. And to do something this stupid for something that small, it don't add up. Running from the police, got your ass incapacitated on fucking life support, running for what? Bad license plates? Registration was fucked up? You gonna get a ticket? But we value money way more than we value life, and that's why we do what we do, and we think this shit is okay. Chef X said, pick your last moments. He spelled your last moments. It's just your last moments. Like it's your last meal. Better ways to go out rather than being shot and killed. James said, my nephew got shot in the head last week. Thought he was gone. Hold someone as a baby and to hear something like that. Ain't no money go motherfucking make that feel better. That's just what it is. So it's like, to hear people look at things like that, I get it, but you have to take it a step further and look at what the people who are actually like connected to this person, what it's like for them. And then when you hear people like this come out and tell lies and make shit up and just really just exaggerate, that makes it even worse too. Because when you have shit like this in the media and people talking shit, people saying shit that don't make sense, people saying shit and going out of there trying, it makes it worse. The last thing I would want to hear while my family member is laid up fighting for their life is to hear somebody misquoting or saying some shit that ain't true on a goddamn news station. Talking shit when they don't know the fucking whole story. And just listen to her.
At risk, any bystanders, there's someone else in the car, and that there's that building right there. I mean, just opening fire wildly, even if you are discounting the risk to the person, which I don't think you should, but you're putting the. We don't want our police to just randomly spray bullets everywhere.
Here's the fundamental
the slightest
point.
provocation.
And he's right. I get that 1,000%. Officer fucked up and did the wrong thing. But don't make it seem like this kid is innocent. I don't want to hear that. He's only 17. He's just a kid. I don't want to hear that shit. He's 17. He's driving a fucking motor vehicle. He has a responsibility. He's being pulled over and stopped by the police. Yes, the car was still on. He was just sitting in the car eating a fucking cheeseburger. And then decided to run from the goddamn police. So I'm going to just drive off on this motherfucking cop.
I do think that the article about the cars causing so many deaths as well, it's interesting, all part and parcel of the same thing. And what's causing a lot of those deaths is this practice called pitting, where police use the car to stop another car for, let's say, a speeding violation or some other kind of traffic issue. There was one incident, or at least one incident, where police officers stopped a bike so hard that the bike's wheels ended up getting jammed up in the car's wheels. There are kinds of force that are kind of presumptively assumed to be relatively safe when they obviously aren't. Stopping a bike with a car, stopping a car with another car, creating a car crash. That if you really think it through and you think about the risk involved, it obviously is not commensurate with what the objective of the stop is.
Not true. So, and this is the thing when you have no chase cities or no chase states, whatever the case may be, where they don't chase. So many times have people who are running from the police, driving recklessly, and the police don't chase them, they have killed other people and killed themselves. The fact that there's a traffic stop should not warrant you to drive recklessly and speed off and speed away, and then you kill yourself. Same result, right? You speed off, you drive off, or you kill someone else. You know what I would be thinking? If I was a person, an innocent bystander who could potentially get ran over, my kid, I could be at a fucking park and my kid can get hit by a car because somebody running from the police on a motorcycle, running from the police on a scooter. I would rather have my loved one get injured or killed by a police officer trying to pit that fucking car than that person just driving off and doing that thing and hitting the person anyway. That don't matter. So either you do one or two things in that situation. You either make it to where the law is we chase, or we make it to where we don't chase. But either way, people are still going to be reckless and people are still going to get injured, whether it's the driver or the people that are in the car, and people are still going to get hit or people are still going to die because of the driver. Which is why I said anybody that runs from the police, your ass should have to do a mandatory 364. That's all I'm saying. So I get the fact that where you're trying to make the point of chasing or high-speed chase is one thing, but here's the other part to that. Just as much shit that happens when the police are chasing you is the same amount of shit that can happen when you on your own and you just run it. Just saying. And just like a bitch that just can't stop, just like a bitch that just can't go and be by themselves and just leave and go somewhere else, good old Miss Jimmy comes right back. Check your Patreon. I'm probably the only so-called mercy dono. Jimmy, I thought you was gone. Why you back? Jimmy, oh, Jimmy Mac, you are so fucking whack. Get the fuck out of here, man. Why are you still here? You know what that means? He never left. She can't leave. She can't let go. She can't let go. No, no, no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? I'm nobody. I'm a small YouTuber. So it ain't like I'm famous and he want to be. Jimmy just can't leave. Jimmy Earl. Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy won't mow. He can't go. He just like a bitch that won't leave. Bitch, I can't stand you. Bitch, your pussy was whack. Bitch, your head game is fucked up. Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. Your pussy stink. Bitch still gonna stand there and be like, bitch, my pussy don't stink. Fuck you, me, hoe. You hoe ass nigga. Boo, you was dirty. You a dirty ass nigga. Nigga, get the... He just like that. I wish I had a bottle of champagne so I can hit her with the Nino Brown. Cancel this bitch. I'll give me another one. Still won't leave. You saw that bitch? She left. Nino, I taught you how to read. Bitch, you gave me a couple of books or something. You think you... This motherfucker's still here. At least he gave me a donation. Bitch, don't do me no favors. Nigga, you think I'm doing this for the donations? Fuck you mean? I don't need your donation, Jimmy. Just leave. Come on, ma'am. I'm trying to be nice. Jimmy can't leave. Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy won't mow. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Is the objective to catch people who are speeding? If the risk is death, if you're trying to stop someone from, let's say, fleeing an actual crime, if the risk is death a sentence that would have been put upon the person if they were tried by a jury of their peers and convicted? No? Well, then why in an extrajudicial setting are we saying it's appropriate for police officers to be acting with that level of force?
Let me rebuttal that. So, if I have a bat and I'm hitting someone on the ground repeatedly, and I pull out my gun and shoot them. By her logic, she's saying that I shouldn't, because him going to jail for beating somebody up with a bat, you ain't getting death for that. That's not a death penalty. You're only getting a death penalty if you kill someone. And depending on that, it has to be like first-degree murder. That's when you get the death penalty. So by her logic, shout out to my boy Tommy Sotomayor. By her logic, she's saying the only time the police should shoot and kill somebody is if they kill somebody. If I stomp a motherfucking 72-year-old woman in the face 7 times and the police come, they can't shoot me because I might die, and me stomping this old ass lady ain't gonna get death for that. So there you go. There you go. That's all she's saying. This is what happens when you have people that are so busy trying to be woke. They're so busy trying to support an agenda that they really don't understand, and they just want to be on this side of things to where they'll say anything. Bitch, you sound stupid. Thinking you making a point. And because the white boy who's sitting up here don't want to get into he don't want to get canceled and he want to keep his job, he ain't gonna say shit.
I think it comes down to a fundamental lack of respect for human life. There are people who are very famous this week for wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts.
Bing bong, there she go. Right into Kanye, and you tell me that this ain't no fucking agenda, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. You can't tell me this ain't no agenda. What the fuck does Candace Owens and Kanye West have to do with this kid breaking the fucking law? What the fuck does Kanye West and Candace Owens have to do with this police officer doing the wrong thing and breaking the fucking law? The fuck are you talking about? Has nothing to do with it, but there she goes. Let me tie this in. This will make it look good.
Is it White Lives Matter to encourage a police department who would shoot at a young white boy like this who's speeding off in a vehicle? Or is this a fundamental disrespect for human life that is really calling into question people who say, well, all lives matter? Obviously.
Well, by that logic, wouldn't that apply to the kid? He actually initiated it. He actually started it. Wouldn't that apply to the kid? He was the one who actually decided to run. He was the one who potentially could put that driver, the passenger, in jeopardy. Potentially could have put other people out on the street in jeopardy, lives in jeopardy. So now are you saying that only the White Lives Matter and the responsibility is only on the police officer and not on the people? So I guess people can do whatever the fuck they want. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. It's up to law enforcement to always do the right thing. But y'all niggas, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all white motherfuckers, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Hispanic motherfuckers, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Long as you ain't the police, do what the fuck you want to do. Say what the fuck you want to say. But if you the police, you can't make no mistakes. Fuck that.
We live in a world where that's not the case for so many people.
Look, I think this specific incident is pretty clear-cut. It's not even really clear that what he was doing was trying to flee the scene. It's like a nanosecond before he is fired on.
Here he goes. Robbie, say what the fuck it is, man. Be a man, have some balls, and just tell the truth, as Will Smith would say. Tell the truth, but you know what?
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
The kid was pulling the fuck off, man. Leave the shit, let the shit be what it is. Well, he kind of seemed like he was just waiting there, and then he got scared, and that's why he... Boy, stop. The motherfucker was trying to flee the police just like he did the other day. He's showing you a fucking pattern. This is what the fuck he do.
Wildly. More generally, I don't know that... So these chases are very dangerous.
Yes.
But I don't, like, what is the... Obviously, we're not going to arrive at a place where if you're pulled over for speeding and you just drive off wildly and the police are just supposed to say, well.
Let's play that out. If the police were in a position to chase you, pulled up behind you and you sped off, they have your driver's license. Right. I mean, so they have your
But that's what prompted this encounter, because this police officer thought that this person had driven away from him on a previous...
But let's talk about it. They have your license plate.
Right.
As we talked about extensively on the show, we live in a surveillance state. There's traffic cameras at almost every corner. So even if for some reason they didn't see your license plate, they can track you and follow you. You're registered at the DMV. So is the worst case scenario here that they come to your house 30 minutes later, show up at your door the next morning, follow you to your job, doing police work the next day, and arrest...
So here's my point to that. If that is still the case, the point is you're still a criminal. So if I let you go and you drive off and speed off, fine. If that state or that city or that township or whatever, if they have a no chase law. However, if there isn't one, it's my duty to get this person, to go after this person, to pursue this person. You know why? Because if this person has an encounter with me and I don't pursue, then someone else who could potentially be a victim of something that he's done or from him driving off recklessly, they could then come back and go to the police officer and say, why did you not go after this person? Because you didn't go after this person, he went and committed another crime. Amanda said, to be fair, it wasn't the same car from the day prior. Even so, that's even more of a reason. If it wasn't him and if he didn't do it, it's even more of a reason for him not to run. It's even more of a reason for him not to run. That's why the whole thing about you running from the police, it's never a good thing to do. If you ain't did shit, why you running? If you did do some shit and we got your ass, why try to run? Either way, you're gonna get caught. So if you get away for 8 hours, you get away for 3 hours, you get away for 2 more days, you're going to get caught. Why put your life in danger and make it worse for your case? Don't fucking run. That's just it. There's no way around that. There's no way you can justify that, a person running from the police. There's nothing you got. You ain't got nothing for me.
Arrest you or question you or do whatever at that point. And isn't that a better outcome than chasing people down the street in a way that can cause pedestrians to be hit, other cars to end up in a pileup, and the person themselves, who again has not been convicted of any crime, and in this case clearly hasn't even really done anything wrong?
What the fuck does that mean? He really hasn't done anything wrong. You either broke the law or you didn't. Y'all motherfuckers wouldn't say that shit about Trump and them Mar-a-Lago papers. He kind of really didn't do anything wrong here. So why? They're like, no, if he did it, he shouldn't have took it. They was classified, so don't take it. So it's clear-cut black and white with his ass, with Trump. But when it comes down to 17-year-old fucking with the police, Cantu, then he really didn't do anything wrong. You don't know what the fuck he done did. And if he didn't do anything wrong, that was even more of a reason for him not to fucking run. There's just no way around it. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking people trying to make criminals okay to break the law. Right. Right, that was the thing with Kyle Rittenhouse. He shouldn't have even been there. Also, now this motherfucker can't go, he shouldn't have been there. Why would he go up there? He shouldn't have been there. But now when it's Cantu, well, he really didn't do anything wrong. It's amazing how they just try to find a way to make the crime okay. Crime is not okay. And they want the police to look at it the same way. Oh, well, you know, he really didn't do anything wrong, so, you know. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Could lose their lives. Like, it's worth playing these scenarios out because it's often presented as this all or nothing. Well, criminals will get away if we don't shoot them dead. One, you don't know that they're criminals. And two, even if they are, they don't deserve the death penalty. And three, there is still an ability to hold people accountable, even if you don't catch them this moment. And what is it about our society? What is it about how police are?
I love how people who ain't never been a victim of a real crime, who ain't never lived in a high crime area, make crime so trivial. I love it. And you know what's so funny? They all give it away. They all give it away. Every person who has not lived in a high crime area and has not had a really heinous crime committed against them or someone they love, they all sound like this. Oh, well, it's not really that big of a deal. I don't know why society has this thing where the criminal gets away. Get beat up and robbed and come talk to me. Get stabbed and robbed and come talk to me. Get brutally beaten and raped and then come talk to me. Get jumped on for no reason and then come talk to me. Be in a restaurant and just get your ass beat because somebody felt like beating your ass and come talk to me. Be standing at a bus stop and get jumped on just because you standing at a bus stop and that's why you got jumped on and come talk to me. Get your ass beat just because somebody asked you for the time and you went to your watch and showed them what time it was and they stole on your ass. Be sitting on the bus and you sitting there on your phone watching YouTube, watching me on YouTube, and somebody who's about to get off the bus hit your ass in the face, take your hat and walk the fuck off. Be sitting on the bus and a motherfucker sitting there with their purse talking to somebody on the phone and somebody hit your ass in the face, take your phone and your bag, and then come talk to me. See, all of these people that don't live in these type of environments where there are real criminals that's really fucking up innocent people, holding the community hostage, running a bando, all of the shit that goes with running a bando, running a trap house. That's the shit that motherfuckers don't understand. So they don't understand what it's like to be in a high crime area and understand what it's like dealing with fucking criminals day in and day out. Be sitting in your fucking block. I bet you one thing, this woman ain't never been sitting on her block, on her porch, or whatever, or came home and seen 6 niggas just sitting on your porch smoking and drinking. And then when you tell them niggas to leave, they tell you, boy, I'll shoot your ass. You better shut the fuck up. And if you call the police, I'm going to come and beat your ass. Snitch if you want to. You ain't never lived in no neighborhood where you come outside and you hear some shit going on and the motherfucking thugs across the street say, hey man, take your old ass back in the house before we come over there and beat your ass, nigga. And because you 72 with no gun, you got to go back in the house. See, that's the shit that motherfuckers who don't know shit about crime and how the streets are and how the streets are unforgiving. That's the kind of shit that people don't understand. And until they lift it, they don't know shit about it. So they can make statements like this. What type of crime calls for you to shoot the police? What type of, for the police to shoot you? What What type of crime? I mean, why do you have to get the criminals all the time? Why can't you just use technology and surveillance and go to their house and wait for them to come home? Because, bitch, my license say I live in Iowa and I'm in fucking Chicago, bitch. That's why. Why do we have to, in society, feel the need to catch the criminals all the time? When you in this shit for real, when you done live on the block, when you done lived with motherfucking criminals, when niggas is shooting guns just because they want to see them work, then you can tell me some shit. Because when a motherfucker got a shootout going on across the street and your nephew gets shot because they was just outside playing in the front yard, but you can't call the police, because if you call the police and tell the police what the fuck happened, now you gonna get shot? Why do you have to catch the criminals all the time? Why not just use the surveillance? You got motherfuckers sleeping in a bathtub because that's the best type of bullet protection they got in their house. Bitch, please. But it's nice when you can talk like that when you ain't never had to live it. It's nice to think that you can just say shit like this and just be nice to criminals when you ain't never had no real crime come knocking your way.
Being taught and trained, it makes them feel the level of urgency that they would rather risk the lives of their fellow citizens than to simply delay the capture of somebody or the questioning of somebody for 30 minutes, 24 hours, whatever it is down the line.
How about you go do it? How about you get the warrant list that's printed out every shift, and you go serve those. You go those people that have warrants. You go and pick them up. Because it's just as dangerous walking up to somebody's house that has a warrant, just like it is stopping somebody on a traffic stop. It's just as dangerous. Yeah, I'm going to go pull up in my police car in front of their house, knock on the door. Yes, how you doing? This is Officer Redmond. I have a warrant for Johnny Jones, and I would like, to take him into custody and take him to jail. Is he here? Is he asleep or is he up? Yeah. Yeah, I know he was out late last night because he ran from the police, but we knew he's had a warrant. Yeah. Yeah, how you doing? This is Officer Redmond. I just wanted to come by and pick up Taisha Williams. Yeah, she has a warrant. Yep. Yeah, she shot at a car the other day, and the bullet went through the headset and through the headrest and almost killed a woman. Yeah, she's been accused of that. Yeah, they identified the vehicle. Yeah, I'm here to pick her up. Is she here? Can you send her out, please, so I can take her to jail? Yeah, thank you. I'll wait right here. Yeah, I got my cuffs right here. Yep. Yes, how you doing today? Good to see you guys. Yep, go Bears. Yeah, I'm Officer Redmond, and I'm here to pick up Ron Tavius. Yeah, Ronnie T. That's what y'all call him sometimes too. Yeah, Ron Tavius. He actually slapped an old lady. Yeah, at the McDonald's. Yeah, I know she was one of the workers. He slapped her because she didn't give him barbecue sauce for his nuggets. Yeah, he had a court date yesterday and he didn't show up. Yeah, so I just want to take him. Can you have him come out? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know he was probably sleeping, but yeah, I just wanted to get here early. I didn't want him to, get up and start his day. It's just that simple. But you know what? When you ain't never had to do no real police work, that's the type of shit you think about. And that's why you misspeak like that. When you go to a motherfucking house and it's a crack house, then what you do? Yeah, how you doing? This is Officer Redmond. Is that a crack pipe? Okay, well, I'm not here for that crime. Can you go get Marquisha? Yes, she The fuck you mean? When you pull up to the house and it's all boarded up. Well, this the house his license said. So now what do? Just say fuck it? Oh, well, yeah, his house is it's boarded up. There's nobody in it. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so we'll just let him go. We won't worry about him.
Okay, but I don't understand the impulse to flee wildly from a police interaction, because that
Let's see if she answers
increases the risk to your own life dramatically.
You
should not do that.
You don't see a video like that. You don't see.
I don't see a video like that and say, wow, more people should
Robbie,
slam on the gas.
You just admitted that you don't think it's clear that that person even did that. It's not.
Yeah, and that's what I said. That's why he shouldn't have been talking soft, because he clearly did it. And he just said it again. So that's why he was fucking trying to pander to this bitch and pander to the audience when he shouldn't. That little puss-ass nigga was hitting that motherfucking gas and reversing up out that bitch because he wanted to get the fuck away. Plain and simple. Wasn't no, well, you really didn't see that. You really couldn't determine that. As soon as that motherfucker opened up the door, that motherfucker had the burger in his hand and hit the gift ship. Fuck you mean? And this is why I'm here, because I'm going to tell the goddamn truth. But a lot of you motherfuckers...
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Goddamn right. And now she's lying because she saw the shit too, but that don't support my narrative. So let me stick to the lie too. And this is why white boy Robbie, your punk ass shouldn't have lied to try to make it easier to help this bitch plead her case. It's bullshit.
I mean, that person didn't slam on the gas. It looked like they were kind of rolling away. Were they in?
You hear this lying ass bitch? Yeah, he looked like he was kind of just like, you know, like rolling away. Rolling away? Come on, man. That boy wasn't rolling away. He was driving the fuck off. Fuck you talking about? Can't stand lying motherfuckers, man. Why do you have to lie if you're so right? If you're so right, why lie? Why do you have to lie? Why do you have to exaggerate your point if you're so right?
And were they in park? I have no idea what that situation was.
I think this one is clear cut, but we've covered other police.
You see, this is clear cut. Look, stop being, man, Robbie. Look, let me tell you something, man. You will never win against a lying motherfucker. Stop trying to appease these motherfuckers. Just because she a woman, just because she black, don't let these motherfuckers off the hook. Plain and simple. Bitch, you open the door. All right, you want to talk about this shit? Let's talk about the facts. Let's talk about exactly what's happening here. This is a little motherfucker who ran away the other day, allegedly, but now he's being stopped by the police in uniform. Fuck you running for? Where the fuck you running to? Do you know where you're running to? Do you know the reason why I'm shooting you? Where are you running to? Do you know? There's no reason for you to run.
This is a burden shifting that is just not appropriate.
A burden shifting.
Well, you're talking about this in general.
But wait a minute. The police standard for whether or not their behavior, the law has designed it so the police standard for their behavior, whether or not is legitimate or not, is whether a reasonable police officer standard.
Don't try to bait me in defending the police.
Wait a minute, I'm not trying to bait you. I'm directing this to an audience, not to you.
You lying bitch. You wasn't, but whatever.
A reasonable police officer standards basically means that whatever they decide was going to save their life, whatever their subjective experience of danger is, justifies all kinds of behavior. But we don't give the same credibility, we don't give that same flexibility to the average person who is not trained, who is probably not.
And the lie detector determined that that's a lie. That is not what the fuck the police get to do. That is not what the police get to do. The police, as far as the force continuum goes, based on the, and listen to this, ma'am, based on the totality of the circumstances as to why a police officer elevates their level of force is what use of force is. It's not, they just can just subjectively just think about what it is they want to do. And if that's just how they feel that they want to do it, then they can just do it. No, bitch, that ain't how it go. That's just not how it goes. That's a lie. That's someone you have speaking on national television who is actually trying to make a point and is lying to make it. It's disgraceful. And this is supposedly an educated person who is supposed to be some type of journalist and has no integrity. You just gonna make up some shit. Police can just say this is what they think, and they can just, just go ahead and just subjectively just use of force and just kill someone. No, bitch, that is not how it goes. Just flat out fucking lying. Why would you just make that shit up? You know why? Because your fucking case is weak, bitch. That's why. And I'm so sick of people just saying whatever the fuck they want to say, whether it's the fucking lie or not, whether they're just exaggerating the truth or exaggerating the lie just to try to be right. Look at the evidence, look at the totality of the circumstances, and just make an educated opinion about what you're seeing. That's it. It's just like what Amanda said earlier about saying that kid may not have been in the car that ran away from the police officer the other day. If that's the case, great point. However, why run from the police? Why run from the police? Because obviously you haven't done anything wrong. Why do you feel the need to run? And there's nobody who can justify that shit. There's no fucking adult that should be able to say, oh, I can run from the police because I was scared. Then you need to stay your punk ass in the house. You dumb son of a bitch.
Okay, you dumb son of a bitch.
You dumb son of a bitch.
Ever had a gun pointed to them, who is sitting there in the dark, enjoying their dinner, probably after a late shift to themselves.
Listen to this shit.
And we are expected to exercise.
He's never had a gun pointed at him. He's sitting there in the dark, probably after a late shift, trying to just have a meal, eating a McDonald's cheeseburger, and then he just gets this gun pointing in his face. I mean, just the horror of it all. Just making shit up. So now this is some hardworking kid who just worked a third shift or some shit like that, didn't work 17 hours straight. Now all this kid wanted to do was go to McDonald's and have a cheeseburger in the parking lot. That's all I wanted to do. That's the only thing I thought of when I was working these 16 hours. I had to work 2 shifts straight. And the only thing I was thinking about was when I got off work, if the Lord could just see fit for me to make it on this double shift. Oh, sweet Jesus, all I ever wanted to do was to just have myself a cheeseburger in the McDonald's parking lot. All my life, I've had to fight my brothers. I had to fight my cousins. I had to fight my uncles. I love me some McDonald's. Lord knows I do. But I drive off from the police if they try to keep me from it. They can kill me dead. Are you fucking serious? She's making all of this shit up. All he wanted to do was have a meal in the dark at McDonald's in the parking lot. Who the fuck dream is that?
All of this aplomb, all of this gravitas, all of this surety in a moment of extreme panic. Why don't we hold police officers who are armed by the state to protect our communities
because of qualified
to a
immunity,
higher
which
standard?
needs to be gotten rid of. Qualified immunity should be gotten rid of.
It is partly because of qualified immunity, and it's partly because of a rhetoric that puts all of the onus on untrained civilians to be.
Putting the onus on untrained civilians. Here's a known fact, ma'am. The reason why the police officers are in a position of authority and a position of authority to conduct an investigation, whatever the case may be, it's because they don't have an expectation for all civilians to know the law inside and out. They don't. That is why you are to obey lawful commands by the police. That's why, ma'am. That is why it's set up that way. That's why when you're in an interaction with the police officer is in the position of authority. That is why when a police officer gives you a lawful command, you are to obey it. That is why. Because they know you stupid motherfuckers don't know the law. Because they know that you stupid motherfuckers ain't trying to learn the law. So therefore, when you don't know the law, you therefore need to subject yourselves to the commands of the law enforcement officer. That is exactly why. Because we know you ain't gonna know what's going on. We know that you won't know. This is something you never learned before. You're untrained as civilians. Exactly, ma'am. So follow the fucking law. I don't get to drive a car, run a stop sign, and say, I didn't read that part of the rules of the road, officer. I didn't know. I don't get to do that, do I? I don't get to tell the IRS, yeah, I didn't know I had to pay taxes. I didn't pay no taxes because I didn't know I had to. I'm an untrained civilian. I don't get that I don't get that excuse. And neither do civilians. Which is why when a police officer tells you something, you need to do it because you don't know the law. Because you aren't trained as a civilian to know the law. Period. So do what the fuck the law enforcement officer tells you. And if you don't agree with it, hold court in court, not in the streets. Dumb motherfuckers.
Behave like soldiers and to have the responsiveness of a highly trained police force when we don't hold a highly trained.
And who said the police force is highly trained? Where the fuck that lie come from? Well, you see how she's trying to make it seem like, oh, these are just the highly trained police officers, and then they turn right back around and be like, these police officers are not very well trained. They need more training. They highly trained, but they need more training. How does that work?
Trained police force to those same standards.
Yeah,
holding them to those standards. How about you hold the civilians to a standard, which is just simple. Obey the law and obey the law enforcement officer. How about those two standards? Why isn't that a standard? Why isn't that? Here's the real question. Why is that not an expectation for a civilian to obey the law enforcement officer? Why is that not an expectation? This bitch goes to work every day and obeys her boss. This guy goes to work every day and obeys his boss. Why wouldn't you obey a law enforcement officer? I don't give a fuck if you 17 or 70. Why is that not an expectation to obey the law enforcement officer? Obey the law. We don't have no expectation for civilians to at least listen to the police? Boy, stop. There is no expectation to sing, and that's essentially what she's saying. Make all the excuses that you want to make. You're essentially saying that there is no expectation for a civilian to obey the police officer. That makes no sense. And it makes for a state of chaos and no law and order. There is no reason why anybody, any teenager, anybody who's over the age of 13, to not obey a police officer. Make all the excuses you want to make. You're full of shit.
Not disagree. Don't make me out to be like the pro-police voice on the panel. I want to get rid of qualified immunity. This police officer was fired, and they should explore whether it's appropriate to file charges.
Oh, yeah.
It may very well be
it's
appropriate.
also worth noting this police officer.
And here's my thing to you. Here's what I'm gonna say to you, Robbie. And I'm gonna call Robbie what he is. Robbie, you are a fucking coward, and you lack the testicular fortitude to be a man. And the reason why is because you know good and goddamn well this bitch is all the way wrong. And because you trying to be woke, because you don't want to be canceled, and because you don't want to seem to have toxic masculinity, you won't even say the right thing when it's right there looking you in your face. Come on, Robbie. You easily could have just said and made your statement and say, look, I'm not here to advocate for police. I'm here to say what's right and what's wrong. What that officer did was wrong, and what that kid did was wrong. How about it be left at that? Why are we trying to make excuses for civilians? Listen to the police, and things would have worked out fine. Whether he did something or whether he didn't, he wouldn't be shot and he wouldn't be fighting for his life if he would have just listened to the police officer. He chose to run. The police overreacted, and now he's in a situation that he created. He initiated. He initiated it. It's unfortunate and it's wrong. He kicked it off. Robbie is literally just saying, and I get it, that white guilt that Robbie taught. He sounds like if you gonna take that position, Robbie, shut the fuck up and let this bitch run her mouth and just go to the next segment. Because anything else it's a waste.
Officer was apparently on probation. So there's a lot of conversation, oftentimes wrong, about how when a criminal does something that they were out on bail or they shouldn't have been. This is a similar situation.
No, it's not. When a criminal has done something or a criminal is out on bail and they do some more shit, yes, that's not the same thing.
A police officer who arguably should not have been in the streets in the first instance, where's the conversation?
Now he shouldn't have been out on the streets. If that's the case, then neither should the civilian. If he's not highly trained. If he's not trained if he's an untrained civilian, he shouldn't be amongst the civil people. If that's the case. You will make every excuse for the civilian and you will allot no excuses for the officer. Fine. Then stay your ass off the streets too. Because if this officer shouldn't have been out on the streets, neither should his ass. The fact that he's too dumb to know you don't run from the police, he shouldn't have had his ass out there in the streets. So there you go. Case closed.
About the lack of accountability for the police department who let this person out here who clearly shouldn't have been out here.
Just by the way, I did look up, because I was curious about this statistic, that there's more deadly car chase deaths than, what do they say, hurricane and lightning strikes and all that. So I traced this statistic back to a Slate magazine piece from a while ago. So police chases are deadlier than tornadoes, lightning, and hurricane combined. Really, that's almost though because those things.
Advance notice do you get with that? You're comparing that to high-speed chases. Man, come on. That makes no sense.
So the statistic is, in the past 3.5 decades, more than 5,000 bystanders and passengers, and then more than 11,000 people cumulatively. So 11,000 people in like 40 years, which is still.
No, if it's your person, Robbie. No, it's your person. It matters quite a bit.
Nice to know the extreme weather deaths are even lower than that. It's another conversation. I see you rolling your eyes at me. We'll have more rising after this.
And that's exactly why you shouldn't even been trying to kiss her ass and agree with her ass in the first place. Say what's right. Instead of letting somebody just send you off and you just talking about shit that you know in your heart is not true and is not correct and she's not being genuine. Like, man, please. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you have to deal with and sit there with someone who is just clearly not acknowledging the facts and is clearly just being disingenuous, and you just sit there and just nod your head with it. Well, yep. I'm not defending the police in any shape, form, or fashion. It's like, man, please. Hey, Digital Avenue, just leave. Let me help you. Bing bong. But that's my thing. Just make it to where you're talking about the truth. Make it to where you're having a conversation about the truth. And even if you have a different opinion and you disagree with it, fine. Acknowledge the facts, though. Acknowledge the fact that you're trying to make it seem like it's okay for this kid to not have any responsibility in his actions and what he did. It's disingenuous. It's just like me trying to say that officer should have shot because he didn't know if he had a gun or not. That's disingenuous. He couldn't see what was in his other hand. He could have been reaching for a gun and not to get shit. That's why he shot him. That would be stupid. That would be stupid. They both did some stupid shit in this. And the fact that that officer lost his job and probably gonna wind up going to jail, and the fact that this kid is actually fighting for his life, there you go. That's what happens when both parties are being stupid. This is mutual stupidity at its finest. That's all this is. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that people will look at this and see the reality of exactly what happens when you don't obey the fucking law enforcement officer. Just do what the police say. And whatever problems you have with it, then you take them to court. It's that simple. I don't like what the police said. I don't like what the police did. I don't like how the police approached me. Fine. Argue it in court. Argue it in court. And you're fine. I want to send a shout out to my man Layton. Hit your boy with 25 bucks. Appreciate it. Shout out to April Jones. Hit your boy with $5. I sure appreciate you. Shout out to my man Quentin. Hit your boy with $5. Shout out to Nikki. Hit your boy with $5. And shout out to my man Big Time. Hit your boy with $10. I sure appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in the show tonight. Please click that like button. Please click that subscribe button. If you have not, please leave your comments and let me know what you guys think about it. Shout out to my man Junior Samples. Hit your boy with $3.50. Appreciate you. Over there watching on the United Guns of America. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for your time tonight. I really do appreciate you guys coming through and checking me out. Please click that subscribe button. Click that like button. If you have not subscribed to the United Guns of America channel and you're watching this, the link is in the description box. Click that link and subscribe to my other channel as well. Like I said before, you guys, please, if you got any questions or anything, definitely hit me up on the email or hit me up on Facebook at The Relationship Rehab and send me your questions, and I will definitely respond and answer them on my show. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you, CJ Gunn, one of the best mods on the planet. Shout out to my man, UFO Kamikaze, one of the best mods on the planet. Shout out to Alex, who hit you. Excuse me. Shout out to Alexandria, one of the best mods on the planet. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Shout out to Crestline Iceberg, who's one of my channel subscribers. Thank you so much. Let's see who else I got in here. Any other mods or anything? I want to give all y'all shout out. I think that was it. Mr. Maxwell, one of my subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much. Got a subscription going. I appreciate you. Let's see if anybody else. Mr. Maxwell, thank you. And I think that was it. And if anybody's watching this on the replay, I want to thank you for tuning in as well. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Until next time, peace, and I'm out. What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as The Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to The Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So, and Amanda too.
You got nothing else to lose.
Another one of my great mods. Appreciate y'all.
So come to my channel, subscribe,
ASAP and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.